got mean things. I've got mean things on my mind. Little girl, I've got mean things all on my mind. Hate to leave you here, baby, but you treat me so unkind. Alright, so today we're going to go through Rambling on My Mind, which is originally by Robert Johnson, but the version that I like to play is closer to the Clapton version, the Eric Clapton version. If you've ever seen the 1999 at the White House where he plays it, or just any live recording of it. But anyway, so that's what we're going to try to tackle today. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get our guitar in the right tuning. So this is going to be the tuning that you're going to want to do. So your low E string is going to go down to a D. So you're going to tune it down a whole step. Leave the A string the same. Leave the D string the same. Your G string is going to go to an F sharp, which is down a half step. Then your B string is going to be an A, which is down a whole step. And then your high E string is going to be a D, which is down another whole step. Okay, so it's going to sound like this if you strum it all together. Okay, so you're also going to want to slide for this. Glass or metal, doesn't matter. Some people have a strong opinion about that, but it really doesn't matter. So here we go. So it's a pretty basic song, 12-bar blues, so it's the same thing. Any of other blues that we've looked at on this channel, it's going to be the same kind of format. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to slide down all the way down to the 12th fret. Now when you're playing with your fingers, you want your finger to be right behind the metal. But when you're using a slide, you want the slide to go right over the metal. So when I say 12th fret, it's going to go all the way down, go to the 12th fret, and then that next little bar right here on the 12th fret, you're going to put the slide directly over that. So every time you use a slide, that's where you want it to go. You don't want it to go behind it. You want it to go right over the fret, okay? So the way the song starts first is just, you can slide from anywhere, but go down to the 12th fret and pluck the B string and the high E. That's how you start it. Okay? You can kind of shake the slide a little bit to give it that kind of sound. But what you're going to do after that is you can go. So what I like to do on my right hand is to just use my thumb and my pointer finger. And your pointer finger you're kind of raking up. And your thumb is going to be playing the bass note. Like this. Most of the time your thumb is doing a dead drone, which is where you've got your palm on your right hand kind of down on the string so that it just plays like a palm muted note. So after you do the... Okay, what you're going to do there, very, very simple. You're playing the top two, the bottom two strings rather. So it's the low E, which is a D note, and then the A string. And then you're just playing them open, and then using your pointer finger to play the second fret of the A string. And alternating. On, off, on, off. So it's like a shuffle. That's all that is. Now you can also throw in with your pointer finger, you can rake up on all the open strings underneath it. Okay, so put that together. You got slide back down to the 12th fret, and then so you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna go. So that's open, sliding back to it. Okay, so this is the intro, and then you're going to end with a walk down. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to take your middle finger or pointer finger, doesn't matter. You're going to play with your thumb. You're going to use on the A string of the 3rd fret, and then you're gonna go down to the 2nd fret of the A string, the 1st fret of the A string, and then open. And then while you do that with your thumb, your pointer finger is just raking the strings underneath it, and it can really just hit the high E, the B, and the G. If you hit the D, it's fine as well. But then you just sound like this. So you're hitting that twice on that 1st fret, and then open. So, and then underneath you got. Okay. Alright, and then the last thing you want to do is you want to slide all your fingers. You can hit all 6 strings if you want to, but you're sliding all the way down to the 7th fret. And that's the intro. Okay, so. And then you're ready to go in the singing part. Okay, so the singing part, again, this is a 12-bar blues, so this is a verse, just repeats itself twice, and then it ends with one line that's different, but you're doing the same thing the whole song. So, you're going to keep doing what you've been doing with the shuffle. I've got rambling on my mind. So when you're singing, you're just kind of doing the shuffle, and occasionally throwing in some rakes on the B, the E, the B, and the G string, the high E string. I've got rambling on my mind. And then when you're done with the line, you go back down to that 12, open, 12 again. I've got rambling. And this is a second shuffle. So the second shuffle part, what you're gonna do is take your pointer finger and bar the entire 5th fret. Then this is why I like to use the slide on the pinky for this song especially. Some people put the slide on the ring finger, you can do that, but I like to put it on the pinky for this song because this next part, you need to have that going underneath, which is just you bar the entire 5th fret and you're using your ring finger to go on the 7th fret of the A string in a shuffle, so it's open, all 5, or rather 5 and 5 of the low E and the A, and then you're doing the 7th fret of the A, so it sounds like this. And that, while you're doing that, again, you're raking underneath all the other strings, so it'd be like this. I've got rambling on my mind. I've got rambling on my mind. Back to the open in the 2. Throw a slide in there down to the 12. Hate to leave you here, baby. And there's another shuffle. This time you're barring all on the 7th fret, and then you're using your ring finger to go in the A fret. The A string, 9th fret. But you treat me so unkind. Back to the 5, barring the 5, and using your ring finger to hit the 7th fret of the A string. And then you end the verses with a simple walk down, like we just learned. The thing you've already got, which is the. Okay. The only other variation that I've seen Clapton do is this. When he's transitioning from the first shuffle, which is the D, I've got rambling on my mind. Instead of going to, before he goes to the A, or the next section, which is really an A, or a G rather, which is the 5th fret. So before doing that, you can transition using the slide, or you can transition doing this. I've got rambling on my mind. And that is super, super simple, and it sounds very, very cool. So that's the really cool thing about open tunings. What that is after you've done the first shuffle, you're going to use your pointer finger to bar the entire 2nd fret. You can strum every note. And then you're going to walk that from the 2nd fret, bar all the 3rd, bar all the 4th, and then you slide right into your shuffle in the A, or on the 5th fret, which is the G. So this song is really about listening and then just kind of feeling through when you want to hit. So although you have a slide, it's really not very slide heavy. The only time you're doing the slide is down to the 12th fret, and then the turnaround when you're sliding to the 7th fret. Otherwise, you're kind of just using your fingers. But that's pretty much the entire song. You can throw in some cool slide licks just when you're feeling it, or especially at the end of the song, right as you're done with it. I like to use that one. So what that is you use just the slide, and this is going to be plucking single notes. Slide down to the 5th fret of the D string, 3rd fret of the D string, 3rd fret of the A string, 3rd fret of the low E string, and then open. So that'd be. So I'm sorry, it should be 5 of the D, 3 of the D, open D, open A, slide into the 3, and then that's just kind of cool that you can put at the end. And then end it by just sliding down the 12th. But you can play around with any of that. But this song's pretty simple, and it sounds very, very bluesy and very, very cool. So I hope you've enjoyed this lesson.